Alright, nerds and nerdettes, we're back talking about potential Smash characters for future titles. And we were talking about Geno. And I'm going to continue with him because very big Hot Topic character. After all, I think along with Waluigi, he is arguably the most debated and most wanted character. So it's a pretty, big deal, especially with after all the Square characters we got in the last game, that he was not one of them. One of my favorite YouTubers, my favorite Smash speculation YouTuber nowadays, Papa Geno's, obviously huge fan. I'm down for it. I was really upset, actually, not to see Geno in the game. I felt like he was the last truly big deal missing character out of the Legendary Four. You know, your Ridley, your K. Rool, your Banjo, your Geno. And we just did not get Geno. And he was the only one, so it'd be really awesome. Obviously, they probably want to hold off certain characters that are big and wanted for future titles, even after Ultimate. That makes sense. That's fine. I would sure hope, though, that next time they would seriously consider, finally doing it, because, man, it should have really happened this last game. Fawful. Okay, so, bit of a contingency because we were just talking about Mario RPG and Paper Mario. Mario and Luigi games are also really good. Waffle is an excellent villain. He's been in multiple titles, and he's got a very unique humor style to him. As far as a character, he'd be your basic inventor. He'd be throwing up laughing gas as a more unique attack, stuff like that out. Riding on his weird little circular hoverboard. Maybe sending in a battle robot or something. There's stuff that they could do for Fawful. But look at what he's got next to him. Look at that. That's some steep competition right there. Especially with the two most wanted characters arguably being from his series, and one of them being an RPG character. And so Fawful's got a lot of heavy competition. I do think he's the character from Mario and Luigi that is the most likely and most deserved, but there's just not a lot going for him. And I'm going to talk about these next two characters together. Let's go over Kamek and the Baby Brothers, because I feel like these are the two most common that I see, most likely Yoshi characters. The Baby Mario Brothers would be fun. I've always envisioned them in their buggy cart or whatever from Double Dash, and they could use the Chain Chomp as a final smash. I've always envisioned that. Probably not how they would actually do things. Probably more Mario and Luigi based, if anything. But I think Kamek has a lot more merit. I think both these characters have a lot more merit than a lot of people might give them initially. Kamek is basically, when you stop and think about it, Kamek is Bowser's dad. Kamek is Bowser's adopted dad. That's actually a pretty big deal. And he's basically, the villain of the Mario prequel series, the Yoshi series. And I think he'd be interesting. I think just the concept of a Koopa wizard is a cool idea in of itself, and I think Smash could do something with it. And Kamek is a named character. I think Kami Koopa is more recognizable, but Paper Mario, it's a Paper Mario exclusive character. Big Kamek is important. He's been around forever. Baby Mario and Baby Luigi have been around forever. But there's a lot of hatred for babies, especially in the Mario Kart community, so who knows? I don't think, and Eva particularly likely, I don't think we necessarily need a Yoshi rep, but I'm down for it, honestly. I think it'd be nice to see all 12 of the original, not all 12, all 10 of the original Smash series get at least one extra character. Yeah, it'd be nice to see. As for Wario, we got Ashley and Captain Syrup representing two different sects of the Wario collection. You've got Ashley representing the WarioWare side of things, and you got Captain Syrup representing the Wario Land games. I'm more partial to the Wario Land series, but both are freaking awesome. I think you should play both. Wario's games are a fucking fever dream, but they're an awesome one, especially the Land titles. So, as far as characters go, I think Ashley has a stronger chance. It's a bit of a downer for me personally, but I think there's lots of cool things you can do with Ashley. A little witch running around would be fun. She's got that little demon friend of hers. Maybe he can do some stuff. I think Captain Syrup would be more interesting. I just want to see Wario Land get more representation. I prefer to see Wario get more moves and abilities from Wario Land than have a whole new character. But maybe Captain Syrup can take some of those for herself. It's not something that's unprecedented in Smash after all. And she'd bring a great stage with her too. So I don't think either are particularly likely. I don't think another Wario character is likely. I think Mr. Purple and Black over here to the far left, top left, is a most likely a candidate as far as a Wario-related character goes. Donkey Kong. I want to have Cranky Kong up here, but I don't think it's going to happen. I do want to mention him just because it'd be so fucking great to have Cranky Kong as the crazy old man, because that's a trope in fighting games. You know, he'd be beating people with his cane. He'd be insulting them. It'd be great. But no, there's just way too. This competition is just too steep between Dixie and Funky, and I do have this extra little slot here for all three of you Smash fans that don't know. Diddy and Dixie were going to be a tag team in Brawl originally when Diddy was introduced. They cut it for I think it was technical limitations. Maybe not. Maybe it's just they decided Diddy was better off on his own. But now there's a big contingency to bring Dixie back, and if we're going to reboot the series. Specifically, I think this would be a great route to go. Bring the Diddy-Dixie combo back. I don't know how they exactly had the idea of implementing it. I always picture more of a tag team rather than an ice climber situation. But it'd be great to see. Funky's really, really popular, especially amongst the Mario Kart community. I think he's got a very good chance. I think he'd be a great Echo Fighter. Dixie can make a great Echo Fighter too, but I would like for her to use her hair as her upbeat at the very least. And I'm a little honestly weirded out by the fact that she'd probably be using the peanut pop gun. I don't know why that weirds me out so much. It's just odd to me. But other than that, both these characters are great. I think Donkey Kong could use some more love. We need more female characters on the roster. Dixie's a great choice. She's got her own game. Yeah, I think it's a fairly likely thing, now that Cable's gotten a lot of love and support. At the same time, it really looks like Sakurai, for whatever reason, whether biased or he just felt like there wasn't a need to, he just doesn't seem interested in including more Donkey Kong characters and content. So, we'll have to wait and see. Zelda has been the series that I think has been fucked over the most in this franchise, and that's something I really, really want to get off my chest, because you haven't heard much from me, if at all yet, on my channel. I fucking love Zelda. So, those 64 games especially are some of my favorites of all time, right up there with the first two Paper Marios in the Smash series itself. And seeing Zelda gets, just not have a new character in decades, multiple entries and then get a new character, is just, it's sad to me, because there's so many great characters, there's so many great options. I have so many here, and these are just the ones that are the most talked about, and we're gonna have to go over all of them. I think we'll start with Impa, just to get this episode cleared out. Impa is the only other main character that's been in multiple games that has a set name. She changes a lot more drastically than the other three, but she's usually there. She's usually present. And sometimes she has a more active role than others. Sometimes she's very Sheikah-based. Sometimes she's just more Zelda's caretaker. The Impa that most people, I think, immediately jump to when they think of Impa and Smash is Skyward Sword. And to represent that game, because that game being the starter of the whole timeline, right? I think that's the case, right? It is important to represent from that aspect, especially with such a lore-heavy series. And yeah, I think Impa would be great, another female, but at the same time, it'd be another Sheikah. So I think Impa only makes sense if you're going to replace Sheik or have her as an Echo Fighter for Sheik. So that's my takeaway on Impa. Lots of Zelda characters in the gift that we're going to have to be discussing in later episodes. Oh my god, the next video might just be Zelda, and even a little bit after that. We'll see, though. Until then, next time, nerds and nerdettes, take care.